Hello, Becca. How are you doing today?
Doing all right. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank you for taking the time to come in
Mhm.
today. My name is Chanasa, and I will be helping you with your counseling session.
Okay.
Awesome. Like I said, I am glad that you're here today.
Mhm.
But before we dive in, I do want to go over my consent and confidentiality disclosure with you.
Okay, that sounds
Is
good.
that something you're comfortable with?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So, all right, so this is going to be the confidentiality disclosure. I'm actually going to read it over with you, just so that way we both can get an understanding of what we're going to be signing up for here, okay? All right, so it says, I am a graduate student working towards the completion of a master's degree in professional counseling. I am currently practicing counseling techniques and therefore will be recording our session, but only my professor and classmates will see the tape. The recording will be destroyed at the end of the semester. Likewise, you should know that there are some limitations to my counseling. Please note that it is not possible to guarantee any specific results regarding your counseling goals.
Okay.
However, we will work to achieve the best possible results for you.
Mhm.
For your client rights, it is your right at any time to inquire about the process and procedures being used during our counseling relationship. You have the right to refuse or request changes to any of my suggestions. If at any time you are not satisfied with my services for any reason, you can inform me or my supervisor, Dr. Jennifer Roberts, and her email is jroberts@hbu.edu.
Okay.
Once you have begun counseling with me, there are no obligations to continue.
Okay.
You have the right to discontinue at any time, though I ask that you participate in a termination session. Should you desire a referral to another therapist, I will provide you with one. My services are rendered in a professional manner consistent with the ethical standards of the American Counseling Association. If you have a complaint concerning malpractice, this can be reported to my supervisor, Dr. Jennifer Roberts, via her email, jroberts@hbu.edu. Okay? For confidentiality, everything we discuss in session will be kept confidential except if I determine you are in imminent danger to yourself or to others, if you report child or elder abuse or neglect, if your records are subpoenaed by the court of law, if you disclose sexual contact with a mental health provider with whom you have had a professional relationship, if information is requested by your contract provider, HMO, insurance company, EAP, if I am directed by you in writing to disclose information to someone of your choosing, and if you bring a malpractice suit against me. Okay? All right. And then, of course, by you signing this will solidify that you are partaking in counseling sessions and that all confidentiality will be secured.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So I'm going to get that to you. And if you need any time to read over it or if you want to take it home, that's actually fine with me. But I will say that if you take it home, then we cannot continue our session until that is brought back and signed.
Well, it seems pretty straightforward. Do I sign twice?
Yes, so you'll just sign here and then I'll sign at the bottom.
Okay. What's today's date?
Today is the 23rd.
Okay.
You can see that I'm signing it here. All right. All righty. So now to start off, I want to give you a simple survey assessment.
Okay.
All right. Is that something you'll be comfortable with?
Yeah.
Awesome. So this assessment is just a quick little, like I said, survey, history, things like that. And you'll just go ahead and check it off. No rush at all. So you can take your time.
Thank you.
Awesome. Go ahead and take that. All right. Is it okay if I go over this with you?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so you have seen a therapist before
I have, yes.
online. Got you. Okay. And how was that experience for you?
It was all right. I don't know. I just think the online thing was, I think I was too disconnected.
Got you. Okay. So you kind of prefer like a more face-to-face.
Yeah.
So I see here that you said that you're feeling really anxious and just generally overwhelmed by life.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a lot of
definitely.
things going on at the moment. Would you care to like elaborate a little bit more about that?
Well, I'm a student,
Mhm.
and then I'm working full time, and my job's pretty stressful. And then I have a large family, and like there's just kind of like a lot riding on it, I guess. Like they're
Like high expectations.
yeah, I think yeah. Like at first they were very kind of against the idea of grad school instead of like working right away. So they've kind of turned the tables, but I still kind of feel that need to like prove that that was the right choice.
Okay, gotcha. And I know having a lot of family members and then of everyone's opinions on what you should do, what you shouldn't do, that can be a little overwhelming. So okay. So I see here that you put a 6 here for guilt.
Mm.
Okay. Care to talk a little bit about that?
I think just for like past decisions I made, like
Mhm.
like I had some anxiety problems before, and I think that like I was probably maybe mean to people at times when I was feeling that way before I kind of like identified it as a problem.
Mhm.
I just kind of like took it out on people, I think.
Okay, so you're kind of feeling a little guilty about that. Okay. I see that you have an 8 here for sleep problems.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's getting a little difficult for you.
Yes, definitely.
On average, how much sleep would you say that you're getting a night?
It's hard to tell because I have trouble falling asleep, so I don't know exactly when I fall asleep, and then I just have a lot of dreams. Like I would say a very like maybe active imagination, but I dream like the whole night, and I grind my teeth,
Okay.
so I always wake up with like my jaw hurting. So I don't know how many hours. I feel like maybe like less than 6. Like I don't feel sleep deprived, but it gets like frustrating at night, and I do get like sleepy during the day, so it's
Okay.
not enough, I don't think.
And where do you think your like lack of sleep would stem from, or do you think it stems from anything?
I think probably like the anxiety because I'll like
Anxiety.
lay down and like my brain just like won't shut up. It's just kind of going through.
Yeah, kind of like a hamster wheel. It just keeps
Yes,
going and
definitely.
going. Yeah. Right, and I see here a 7 for self-esteem. You care to touch on that a little bit for me?
I guess I just have kind of like difficulty thinking like happier thoughts about myself. I guess like as a person.
Okay.
At times, kind of depends.
And do you know where that would potentially stem from, or?
No, that's just kind of always been there. I was the youngest of a bunch of kids, so I had like 6 older siblings. So I think maybe just kind of being like
The youngest,
yeah.
and you kind of want to be up there with them, but
yeah, I'm too little, so it's maybe that. But
okay, that's good. Thank you for sharing those with me. So I do see here that you have a very good relationship with your mother and your father. That's good.
yeah.
Okay, so I see here you put a 9 for having a tendency to agree with others just to avoid confrontations.
Yeah, I think mostly with my family. Like I usually maybe don't have a problem with other people. I think kind of depends. But yeah, like with my with my parents or especially like one of my sisters, I'll always just kind of like agree and just like go with it.
Kind of in like a passive kind of way,
Mhm.
just say, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, so I see your fears or concerns is that you're too far gone. Would you care to explain that?
I think just because I tried counseling before, somewhat recently, and then like back when I was younger, like in early college, and I just like I'm not sure that it helped. I know maybe the first time I didn't really like commit myself that much to it because it just like it was just like a college counselor, and I didn't really expect much from it. Um, so yeah, sometimes I just worry that like this was like my final kind of step to be like less worried all the time, and if it doesn't work, then that's just like the end. Like it's just hopeless.
Got you.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. And then, of course, your goal is to just feel at ease and cope with your troubles better.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, that's definitely a good goal to start with. Like, you did mention a little earlier about your anxiety, things of that nature, and of course, also having the tendency to like agree more so with your family members to avoid confrontation, things of that nature. So we can definitely help with that with therapy, and we can get you on a better path to kind of easing that anxiety and just whatever troubles you are having or whatever stress you are having, we can try to work with different techniques and things like that to help with those.
That would be great.
Awesome. So I do see that it's the end of our session here, but it was a great start. I want to thank you for sharing and opening up with me as much as you wanted to or can. I think that, like I said, the goals that you have is a great start, and we can definitely work towards getting you there.
Okay.
Would you be open to seeing me next week, and we can continue
Yeah.
our discussion?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in.